Hello and welcome to KLM Institute. Today, we're talking about a historic protest in New Zealand that has captured the attention of millions globally. Imagine this: 42,000 people, united in their voices, gathered outside New Zealand's Parliament in Wellington to oppose a controversial new bill. Stay with us as we dive deep into this story. What sparked this massive rally, what the bill is about, and why this matters not just for New Zealand, but for the world. What is the Treaty of Waitangi? Let's start with the Treaty of Waitangi, a landmark agreement signed in 1840 between the British Crown and over 500 Maori chiefs. This treaty promised shared governance and guaranteed Maori rights over their lands and culture. Over the years, court rulings and the Waitangi Tribunal have expanded these rights to address injustices faced by Maori communities. But now, a new bill, the Treaty Principles Bill, threatens to undo these advancements. Introduced by the ACT New Zealand Party, the bill proposes a much narrower interpretation of the treaty. Critics are calling this an attack on Maori rights, and for good reason. Why are people protesting? The proposed bill has sparked outrage because it's seen as a step backward in addressing systemic inequalities. Maori communities, who make up around 20% of New Zealand's population, already face higher rates of poverty, incarceration, and poor health outcomes. The fear is that this bill would exacerbate these disparities. This isn't just a protest about policy, it's about cultural survival and justice. Protesters see the bill as a direct threat to Maori identity, values, and the hard-won progress they've achieved over decades. A 9-day journey of unity. This massive rally didn't happen overnight. It was the culmination of a 9-day march, or hikoi, that began in New Zealand's far north. Thousands of people joined along the way, travelling by foot and car, holding rallies in towns and cities before converging on Wellington. This journey was more than a protest. It was a powerful display of unity and determination. The protest atmosphere. Let me paint a picture of the protest for you. The crowd was alive with cultural pride. Many protesters wore traditional Maori attire, complete with feathered cloaks and headgear. Others carried the Maori national flag, or wore shirts emblazoned with Toitu Te Tiriti, honor the treaty. The atmosphere was electrifying, filled with chants of "Kill the Bill," powerful haka performances, and speeches that echoed across the lawn of Parliament. Voices of the protesters. One of the most powerful moments came from Helmut Modlich, a leader of the Ngati Toa tribe, who told the crowd, "To those who will divide us, now, it is too late. We are already one people." Protesters like Hoana Hadfield, a grandmother marching for the first time, said, "I'm here for my grandchildren, my children, and their children. It's vital that we preserve our values as Maori." This wasn't just a political rally, it was a call to protect their cultural identity for future generations. Parliament's response. Inside Parliament, tensions ran high. During the first reading of the bill, legislator Hana Rawiti Maipi Clark from Te Pāti Maori made headlines by tearing up a copy of the proposed legislation, symbolizing the deep anger and frustration of Maori leaders. Even though the bill passed its first reading, its coalition partners, the National Party and New Zealand First, have stated they won't support it further. This means the bill is unlikely to become law, but its introduction alone has been seen as a divisive move. Why does this matter globally? This isn't just a New Zealand issue. It's part of a global conversation about Indigenous rights and cultural preservation. From Canada to Australia, Indigenous communities face similar struggles to protect their rights and identity in the face of political and social challenges. New Zealand's Maori people are standing as an example of resilience, unity, and the fight for justice. Their voices remind us why it's so important to honor historical agreements and ensure they are upheld in modern times. A broader question: is the UN failing? While we're on the topic of human rights, it's worth asking, why do global organizations like the United Nations sometimes fail to intervene effectively in crises affecting marginalized communities? Whether it's genocide or cultural erasure, the lack of decisive action often leaves people questioning the UN's ability to uphold justice. In another part of the world, we see images of children crying, the lifeless bodies of newborns, and the devastating toll of conflict. These are tragedies we can't ignore, whether it's genocide, war, or cultural oppression. Why has the global community, including powerful nations and organizations, struggled to address these issues? And why do governments like Israel sometimes take such extreme actions? Back in New Zealand, the protests have sent a powerful message. The Maori people and their allies have shown the world the strength of unity, resilience, and cultural pride. Whether or not this bill progresses, the movement has already made history. So, what do you think? Should governments and international organizations do more to protect indigenous and marginalized communities? Let us know in the comments below.